Witch Hat Atelier looks like a story about a girl learning magic, but the deeper emotional core of the series might actually be the relationship between Coco and Qifrey. At first, they seem pretty easy to read. Coco is the curious student, and Qifrey is the talented, mysterious mentor guiding her into this new world. But the more you think about their scenes together, the more it feels like their relationship is doing something deeper than just the usual teacher student dynamic. It feels like reflection. And what I mean by that is that Coco and Qifrey often come across like two versions of the same emotional pattern. They're both drawn toward magic in a sincere way. They both care deeply. They both push against limits. But Coco is standing at the beginning of that emotional path, while Qifrey feels like someone who already knows what that path can cost. That is why Coco is such an important character in the first place. She loves magic because it fills her with wonder. She's not chasing status. She's not trying to dominate people. She is not driven by ego. She is driven by awe, curiosity, compassion, and the belief that magic can do something beautiful. That sincerity matters because Qifrey shares a lot of those same qualities. He's not a cold mentor figure. He's not just the wise adult who has already figured everything out. He feels emotionally tied to magic. The difference is that his relationship with it is already shaped by pain, secrecy, and experience. This is why I think the contrast between them works so well. Coco sees possibility. Qifrey sees possibility, but also danger. Coco is wonder before trauma. Qifrey is wonder after trauma. And once you start looking at them that way, a lot of their scenes hit differently. Qifrey's protectiveness does not just feel like kindness. It feels personal. It feels like he's reacting to something in Coco that reminds him of himself, or at least the version of himself he can no longer fully return to. That is what gives their dynamic so much weight. Even in quieter scenes, there's often this feeling that Qifrey is emotionally invested in Coco beyond just teaching her how to use magic. He worries about her in a way that feels deeper. He responds to her curiosity in a way that feels almost haunted. And I think that becomes even more meaningful once you connect it to his backstory. Qifrey's past introduced one of the most interesting ideas in Witch Hat Atelier, which is the difference between memory and emotional imprint. As a child, the brimmed caps don't just take his right eye, they also wipe his memories so he can't expose them or chase them later. But even if the memory is gone, the emotional damage clearly is not. That is such an important distinction, because the story seems to be saying that you can erase information, but you cannot always erase what pain did to a person. Qifrey still moves like someone pulled towards something missing. His obsession with truth, forbidden knowledge, and hidden systems does not feel random. It feels like a person subconsciously trying to recover something taken from him. He's chasing an absence. And once you read him that way, his connection to Coco gets even more layered. Because when he resists the idea of Coco's memories being erased, that does not just feel like a moral disagreement. It feels personal. He understands the violence of that act in a way that I guess other characters maybe not, or other characters maybe do not. Let's say it like that. He knows what it means to have your autonomy altered for your own good. He knows what it means to lose control over your own pain. And because of that, protecting Coco's memory feels like more than protection. It feels like resistance. It feels like he's trying to stop the same kind of harm from happening to her. That is where the tragedy really comes in. Coco still has the chance to face painful truths as herself. Qifrey may not have had that chance. His identity was shaped by something his conscious mind cannot even fully hold. And then there's Belderroot, which adds another layer. He guides Qifrey after the erasure, but Qifrey still moves toward the truth anyway. That suggests something really fascinating about this story. It suggests that identity runs deeper than conscious memory. In other words, some part of the self still remembers even when the mind has been altered. And that might be one of the main reasons Coco and Qifrey feel so spiritually linked. Coco represents wonder that still believes. Qifrey represents wonder that has been wounded. Their relationship is not just about guidance. It's about emotional echo. It's about one character standing at the beginning of a path while the other already knows what the path can take from you. And I think that is why their bond resonates so much, because beneath the magic and world building, Witch Hat Atelier keeps asking a very human question. What happens to wonder after life forces it to grow up? If you made it to the end of this video, do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you at the next Pointed Hat discussion. Thanks for stopping by and watching.